Just try swapping with the one on the other side. Yeah. This makes it seem like it's not the door itself, it's like the door connection, which is weird because you can't repair the chassis, so there's nothing I can do. I'm just going to have to drive on and hope the door shuts when I arrive at the next location. Which it did. Good. We have another chance at another achievement here. We have an unknown acid thing, and this is the end of the journey. So if just scanning it with the siren storm coming wasn't enough, I'm going to try scanning an anomaly, an unknown anomaly, when I have already called for my exit. So first I need to find the damn thing, and then I can try and get the achievement. Dogs sticker. Yep, this one's for the Rough Riders out there. Not a dog person, but I'm sure dog people would love that. So look out for anything acidic. There's the cough box. There are also burp bunnies here. But there shouldn't be any of the bouncing things, which are really annoying. And any other acidic things I will hone in on and have a closer look. Hey, can I borrow you for a second? Just open this shell. Thank you. Another mounted tourist. 9 part 3. This might be the last one.
So when it comes to the issue of the Olympic exclusion zone, the mystique of LIM technology, and the conundrum of Dr. Ophelia Turner, here's what I know. The Olympic exclusion zone is a real thing. You can still see it. Those monolithic walls sealing its secrets inside like a tomb. Real people lived there, worked there, and we suspect are in there still. Even if we will never know everything that happened on the inside, we know much happened, and it was dangerous. It is a place that no one in their right mind should, and ever will, tread again. LIM technology, on the other hand, is still an open question, leaning more fiction than fact. It was, for sure, a bona fide new type of technology. It had its basis in reality, but they followed the recipe of the best science fiction and futurism. Take a familiar, grounded, easily understandable concept like radio waves, mix in a heaping scoop of technological mumbo-jumbo, and top it off with a generous heaping leap in logic. It is that last critical step that lends the most disbelief to the entire story. But that same step is the one all scientists hang their hats on. The desired outcome of their hopes and dreams, the destination of their fevered derivations. It's tempting to believe that those technological quantum leaps are well within our grasp. But for every one that comes true, hundreds more remain fairy tales. And so while I can't verify one way or another, my belief is that LIM technology never did many of the things it was purported to do. If it had, we should have seen some fruit of those labors. Lastly, Dr. Ophelia Turner. Martyr, myth, or monster. In the end, it's not for me to judge. We each get to make that call for ourselves. And if this seems like an unsatisfying conclusion to you, think of it this way. She was no more than a blip in history, a footnote in an annotation somewhere. She was a woman who lived an entire life bearing not just the burden of public opinion on her shoulders, but if you believe the full story, the destruction of her homeland and the failure of a nation's best efforts on her soul. Stamping her with a label is the easy way out.
What?
It's an oversimplification of a complex life, a disservice to a woman who suffered the judgment of an entire country that needed her at a very specific moment in history. Whoever Dr. Ophelia Turner was, whatever she did, and wherever she is now, I say, I hope you have no regrets. I hope you're at peace with everything that you sacrificed. And I hope you had someone who understood you and loved every version of yourself.
Is that actually the end of it? It is. There's one unknown here, and then there are all of these ones. So maybe there is an additional Frequency File episode 10 or something. But that was such a weird ending. It had a basis in reality, but they followed the recipe of the best sci-fi and futurism. It was that last critical step that lends the most disbelief, but that same step is the one that they hang their hats on. So that's her saying it doesn't sound real, but then again, no science does until it's made, I think is what she's saying there. It's tempting to believe that those technological quantum leaps are well within our grasp, but for everyone that comes true, hundreds remain fairy tales. I can't verify one way or another. Lim never did many of the things it was purported to do. The thing is, we know Lim worked. We know Lim exists. And I know the idea is she doesn't know, but that's not a very good conclusion for this thing we've been following for bloody 30 parts, or however long this is. Because we know Lim was used in the moon landings. And for better or for good or ill, it was used, and it allowed America to get into space. It's not for me to judge. That was the whole point of this. Unsatisfying conclusion. She was no more than a blip in history, a footnote in an annotation. What a really diminutive way to refer to someone who enabled the moon landing. I mean, I know that's often the case. You don't remember the scientist, you remember the first man on the moon, not the person who invented rocket tech. But still, the failure of a nation's best efforts. There was no failure. I mean, the failure was that Lim didn't end up improving everybody's lives. But it did allow the moon landing. So my understanding of Lim Tech is that it is an unparalleled power source, but the problem is it animates things around it. So if you use it, things come to life, and they used it here, creating the exclusion zone and all the anomalies. They used it in space, and they made the moon come to life. So, but the thing is, although all of this is because of Lim is not the cause of all the weirdness in the world. See if I can find it. Bigfoot and the vision foretold its arrival in the zone. And it started when they added the pods, and they blamed it on local wildlife. So this is saying that Bigfoot already existed and was drawn to the exclusion zone. So Bigfoot, in this world, is canonical before the invention of Limtech. Also, there's that thing. That is definitely acidic. That's a belching barnacle, and a belching barnacle is not on my list. So is this something different? It is! Yep, I missed whatever that said. Apparently this is something new. Isn't this a belching bloody barnacle? What's a belching barnacle then? It's a geyser that launches goo. Yeah, they're the same thing. Alright, well, I'll try and scan it, but I've got to call the... Get off. I've got to call... Oh, it's this electromagnetic squall. I was wondering what was messing with my electronics. Come on. Get it out of your system so that I can go. Alright, so I call this. And I'm going to wait for the storm to overtake me. And then scan it. I'm not taking any bloody chances. I've got plenty of charge, so if I stick this on, that has now overtaken me. Yep. Scan. Scientific pursuit. Scan an anomaly when the storm is approaching. Sick Mickey. Apparently not the same as a belching barnacle. I don't know how to explain this yet, but they aren't really fissures. At least they aren't fissures leading down into the earth and onto the crust and onto our crust. We sent 16 cameras and 3 rovers. We have about an hour of usable footage, all said. We're still crunching the data. Still, it seems that these things were venting from somewhere else. They're essentially some kind of exhaust pipe for a different place. They're venting exactly the same air we breathe every day, right down to the same pollutants, the same levels of humidity, even the same pollen sometimes, along with all the other corrosives they vomit. But all this, it's not coming out of the ground. No, those things aren't leading down into the earth. It's like they're expelled out of somewhere else. Like, where? Well, beyond a few feet, the pressure is so high it's been difficult to probe further, so explanation's been impossible, though that pressure gradient tapers off remarkably fast. Honestly, at this stage we have even more questions than answers, and I don't like questions. That's why I became a scientist. Who likes questions? Alright, let's get the hell out of here now. Newsflash, the burn down is increasing. I repeat, the burn down is going up, not down. Don't know what that means, but that's it's broken the recent trend of them all being increasingly pointed, directed at me. Neon rocket sign? Okay. That's just plugged into wood, apparently. Wipers go left, front left door opens. Huh. And I think it's no. Ha! That's incredible. Oh, I like that. If I keep turning it, is it either way? No, it turns right. Oh, that is actually quite helpful. It seems if I turn right, every car door closes. That is one that I'm going to keep. Because anytime I forget to close the door, I can just turn right and boom, door shuts. Apparently I'm still missing 4 anomalies. I wonder if like one or more of them are going to be in the well itself. Because the only achievements now I'm missing are 2 hidden achievements, which I have not looked at, and complete the auto shop. And apparently there are 5 upgrades for that I just do not have. Because there's nothing in here left to get. I've just noticed there's a door there. Do I know where that door goes? Where can that door goes? That door's there, isn't it? I think the door should be right there. But it isn't. I reckon that might mean Oppie is actually here. Because that's a very distinct thing to have here, you know? Like, why would you have another door in this room? Especially one that's just in darkness that you just wouldn't see. Unless you brought a light in. I wonder if Oppie is behind there. Interesting. Oh! That one's not a dead end anymore. That one is. Why does the dead end move? But yeah, I can now actually go here. And return. Oh, no, I see. It's a dead end because it has no outgoing connections and it doesn't have... You can't teleport back from it, I see. Oh, frickin' hell. Bloody red glow. Jesus. I expected you that time. I knew you were going to be there, so I didn't jump. Oh, you are getting closer. Okay, there are a lot of you. Oh, okay, yeah, they're everywhere. I'm in the something... Oh, God. I'm in the something's moving thing, which seems to be the there are tons of tourists condition, so that's why they're bloody everywhere. Oh, there is another zone receiver. Interesting, so there is a last audio thing. Or another audio thing, I suppose it isn't necessarily the last one. Oh, this one... This one I can't play. Is that because I've played them all? Or is this another bug? Because I noticed when I was editing... Do you remember I had that... you might not. I got an antenna and it was just called Antenna Topper. I couldn't put it in the machine. I couldn't recycle it. But the weird thing was, the description of it was needs description or put description here or something like that. So it seemed very much like it was a holdover, or a placeholder that just didn't get removed from the game, and I shouldn't have had it. I don't even know where I got it, but maybe it's like that. That is like, oh damn, this wasn't supposed to have spawned. So just pretend this isn't here. Thank you. Well, that's a really inopportune place to have a devil grinder, isn't it? Oh well. Activate, run away. Let's go home.
That was quite the ride. Enjoy yourself out there?
Ah! What's about keep accelerating? Is that a quirk? Seems like a quirk. I see now you evolve over time. How do you maintain cohesion of behavior? See, there's back to the creepy directed messages. Whoa. Okay, that's a weird one. Radio turns off, car accelerates. Radio switches off, car jolts forward. And wheel goes left, wipers toggle again. Wood paneling sticker. More wood paneling. Live, laugh, love wood paneling. That's what we always say. Some of these stickers are very weird. Can I pet your dog? What a fine looking pupper. I'm only missing 3 of these now. On board. Baby on board, he's the driver, God help us all. Alright, that one's a bit funny. That one still shows a question mark, but I was just there. Okay. I don't know why then. No second chances. Oh, that is a nasty one. I cannot seem to find any unknown anomalies, but apparently I'm missing 4. So unless there are 4 in the well, and I could maybe understand 1 or 2, but 4 seems a lot. I think I'm going to look up a list just to make sure I've got as many as I can. Like if it's something, because it could just be something like the pothole, that's something I've seen 1,000 times. Oh, I forgot the creepy balloon out there. Could be something that I've seen 1,000 times, but then again it would show up on the list. Yeah, I'm going to look it up. You know, I've changed my mind. I'm not. Because I reckon there are going to be a couple in the well, and I don't want to spoil it for myself. So I'm just going to get the Olympium to rebuild my bloody engine, and then we're going to go finish the game. Well, that was an example of me badly reading a topographical map. I looked at this and go, oh, well, clearly this is a massive difference in elevation, so that's got to be some sort of high plateau. So I was like going a really long way around to get onto the high plateau, and I looked over and it's like, there's no plateau there, that's a drop. And that makes it much easier for me. Oh. That's really handy. That's really handy. It's a very full one. Oh, that's going to make this trip a lot easier. Thank you, Magic Briefcase? Yeah, thank you, Uncle Briefcase. You know, one type of storm I'm surprised I haven't encountered, whether it's in this game or not, is like a radioactive squall. Because, like, I've recently discovered corrosive, but it is listed. So you'd think if there was a radioactive one, it would probably be a high-end one, and it would probably be listed. But I suppose it isn't always, because there are usually storms, but there aren't always storms listed, so maybe when it's sort of full, it just doesn't bother putting them on the list. I mention this because the storms are counted among anomalies, and that means there could be like 4 storms I haven't encountered. I just had a look up, see if I could see the moon, and it's like, well, that's a really weird looking moon. Oh, it's a balloon. Never mind. Reactor sticker. Reactors, not war. You're nuclear powered now. Again, very odd. Piece of absolute... My God, I hate them. Oh, would you please bugger off? Is that part of my vehicle? Oh, I think that's my bloody... It is, that's my bloody resource scanner flew off. Why did I do that? No reason. Just decided to. Of course. Okay. I know what this storm is. Don't you love to stand outside when the meteors rain? Ah, that's a beautiful shot. Let's get a straight shot of that without any tweaks required. Wonderful. It's actually kind of nice driving through this. It feels really dramatic. And when I've got... oh, bloody hell. And when I've got the ion shield on, it makes me invulnerable to the radiation from it. So as long as I don't get hit and my... oh no, that's bad. And my battery doesn't run out, which it is about to...
Oh, you're back from your joyride. Drive off any cliffs this time?
I did, as it goes. Thank you for asking. Please explain to me the scientific nature of the whammy. Please explain... who's talking to me right now? And why do they think I know what the hell a whammy is? Yay! Another limb chip engine. Perfect. Perfectly timed. There is nothing unknown there. There's only buddies, devil grinders, tourists, and boom bunnies. That's it. The well. Hot cocoa sticker. So that is the last sticker. It's a Bigfoot with an extra marshmallow for the soul. Alright. And... thanks, but I've already got that one. I actually reckon that's everything. The only thing I'm actually missing are 2 bobbleheads. But because they're next to, one before and one after in memoriam, I think maybe they're plot related. But I've got everything else. I've got all the other cosmetics except 2 garage decorations, which, believe me, I've tried bloody hard to find. And I got 1,000 mounted tourists and mounted bunnies, but, you know, not going to mount them. Alright, I believe that's everything. I believe Belka is fully equipped and ready to go to the well. I've got my anti-grav emitter, got the ion shield, got a limb shield, Olympium, and lead plating. Alright, but I will do that next time. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with what is probably going to be the finale, although I may do another episode to find anything I've missed, like the 4 missing anomalies if they aren't at the well. And yeah, wrap up anything else that I want to do in this game. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with that soon, and I will catch you later.